Hey people. So have you ever had one of those days where you could do one or another things and you prefer to do one and the other is like, it's not really worth doing. It's not going to matter. Basically, I had to go in for a makeup day on my senior year. Apparently I didn't finish 2 essays on this finals test. Now that was the same day that Linkin Park was releasing New Divide on their website and on iTunes. So when the meteor hit Earth and there was a little loading bar 72%, 73%, I woke up, looked at it, and my dad was putting so much pressure on me to drive to school so I could hopefully fix my grade, which was a failing grade, but like I said, never got changed. I mean, I did those 2 essays. I completely forgot the story. So here I was trying to read and pick out the things that I would put in the essay and shit like that. Then I got, the final report card later, and it didn't change from, an F to even an, F plus or whatever. And when I got home, that meter was all the way at 100%, and the asteroid, well, it's a transformer crashing into a planet that can transform into an asteroid. Or meteor. God damn it, I always get those mixed up. Whatever. And apparently, I just really wanted to go straight home. I wanted Starbucks. I mean, there was a Starbucks close to where my school was. And I was like, okay, I'll make this really fast. Meanwhile, there was 15 people in line. So I was like, fuck this, I'm going home. And it already happened, and it was playing live streaming on the site. So I went to iTunes, and it wasn't there. I typed in just about every variation of Linkin Park New Divide that you can think of. It wasn't there. Then there was some guy on YouTube who hosted a video of Linkin Park and New Divide saying fuck copyright, fuck Warner, or whatever. So I ripped it, and ripped the audio, and then I got that. And apparently I still have that somewhere. It wasn't even low quality or anything. And then what do you know, 5 minutes later iTunes had it. And it was 99 cents. So the thing is, I wish that I could have experienced that, sudden burst of excitement, when it starts playing after waiting and waiting. Because, my grade didn't change for the better or for the worse. So it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, yeah, I mean, let's see, I remember, I wanted to go back, as kind of an alumni and visit the school. But one of the things they do, since they're not big enough to have a gym, they go outside to a field for gym. And I came in, and then everybody's leaving. I was going to ask this girl, do you want to go to dinner? Let's go catch a flick. And meanwhile, she had already left out. She already left. And all I saw literally were something that I know she'd worn and her hair. Her new hairstyle. So I was like, oh, that's her. But it's she's fucking halfway up the fucking hill. I got my car back here. Accidentally left it on. And I'm like, fuck. So, I mean, just some high school stories. I mean, this was, in my dream last night. It seemed to be, little, very interesting, non-secures. Sequitors. Yeah, I think that's right. And there was one in particular. It was actually taking place around like right now in, you know, the morning, early afternoon or whatnot. And I don't know, I mean, I was actually wearing what I'm wearing, this Volcom shirt. These you know, pants, PJ pants. I mean, certain things I will say are kind of upsetting me. Even though, like, Robert Downey Jr.'s contract is up, like, after Avengers 2, I can't really figure out how they're going to pull off the, well, every couple of, you know, Iron Man films, a new actor steps in his shoes, kind of like Bond. I mean, with James Bond, they've always found a way to make it work and make the character different enough so that the actor fits into the shoes fine. Even people like George Lazenby and Roger Moore, who I really don't like that much, seem to fit the role of James Bond pretty well. I know everybody's, you know, a Sean Connery whore, and, you know, but he did good, you know. It's all about, you know, the subtlety of the jokes, and eject a seat, you have to be joking. I never joke about my work, 007. You know, when the guy's about to pull a gun on him, and then he, like, throws, like, a toaster at him while he's in the bath. Shocking. It wasn't that bad. And am I the only one who thinks that Albert Wesker is not dead? I mean, a lot of people have done these slow motion things where apparently when the missile is supposed to hit, well, Albert Wesker, that either Sheva or Chris shot, maybe both of them, he disappears and there's this white flash. And then suddenly he's dead. Or I think they go to a cutscene of like, I don't know. Because I always wondered what would it be like if he, you know, went face to face, maybe in a fight, maybe not, with Jake. Now, originally, I know it was a big cover-up, him being Jake Mueller, and he had, like, you know, longer, slightly spiky, like, greasy black hair. I don't know. And then, like, you know, certain endings, like, you know, guy gets impaled, and then all the blood comes out of his system, and, you know, fills the red spaces on an umbrella logo. Really? You're gonna tell me that that's like a final end-all? I get this feeling that Giant Ugnaught, whatever it's called, the Argot, whatever, is almost like an extremely mutated form of Wesker. And he's trying to get to Jake to, you know, talk to him, figure him out, you know, shit like that. And maybe even, like, you know, show him some sympathy. But he's, you know, constantly running and, you know, shooting and dodging him. And then basically, in the Siberia part, they have this huge fucking, literally, it's a kaiju. I mean, it's an undead kaiju. I love that thing. Now, I don't remember whether you have to just dodge the attacks or whatever, or however it came into the game. And actually, it was dropped by helicopters, I believe. Because I haven't played Resident Evil 6 for a while, ever since I beat Mercenaries mode. And believe me, Mercenaries mode on hard is impossible. Now, I'll give it to the seasoned vets of Resident Evil, like the whole franchise, is that, I don't think for them it'll be too hard. But the only time prior to that I played Mercenaries was Resident Evil 5, and I only played like maybe one level. And not even as a main character, I played as Sheva. But the thing about Sheva is, she may not have, like, a great, artillery, like, a great bunch of weapons, but she is pretty agile and fast, so I guess that's, why I picked her, because I was like, oh, fuck, I don't really like this mode. There's a lot of good stuff I got, my brain. They could have Crash Bandicoot, Gex the Gecko, Tomb Raider, the one after the current. Some Need for Speed, Jet Moto, Resident Evil 7, a new Mega Man, I guess some sports games like NBA 2K13 or something. Be interesting to see a new Knights game. That'd be fun. And definitely Skate 4, you get to choose what kind of grab you want to do on what kind of slide and grind. And you can do one-footed nose grinds and one-footed, tail grab nose grinds and stuff like that. And you can do flat ground tricks and, you could kind of do them in the air like dart catches too. That'd be cool. I would say more variety with the clothes, because it seems like as soon as you think you like something, you put it on your skater and it really doesn't work to your tastes. I think it would be really cool if at a certain point of the game in the story mode, you could get sponsored and you could get flowed certain items. So, like, maybe, you look at your friend's roster, and they have more of Nike shoes. And I would have maybe, like, more S shoes. I don't know. Yeah, just things like that. I remember when you were in New York, in Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, one of your goals to get out of the city was to get sponsored. And they did a little, photo shoot or video shoot. Thing is, you didn't get any more of the sponsor's items than you already had. Who am I kidding? You could do like a double backflip into it, like 30, 50, whatever. It's kind of funny. When you really think about it, there are some, like, gravity issues when you come into, like, All Stats 13, moon gravity mode. But I still am curious to see where Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD is going to be when every piece of content's been added. The controllers are completely tweaked to what they want to be. What they're going to be for all of that series. It seems like that because a lot of the game revolves around DLC, I don't think we'll be seeing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD 2. Or I'd say if the content, the DLC, is too much, they'll probably just migrate it to a second game. Because, I mean, you know, second game would typically mean a new gameplay, you know, game save. So, I mean, it could work. I just, you know, I don't really know how. I'm not really on the technical side of that. So, let's see. Here we go. So apparently, just like Generation 2 with Dark and Steel, Generation 6 is now introducing light types and sound. Light, I guess, would be like that fucking candle Pokemon. Maybe a fire Pokemon, like fire, light. And sound, I mean, this is a painfully obvious one. Audino. Or that one, who's that, like the Cockatoo one, where it has a move where you actually get to record your own voice. That would be sound and flying. That makes so much sense. And the thing is, I think the attack's called, like, Chirp or something. I'd say the one thing that excites me the most about Pokemon X and Y is that you can probably customize your own trailer. I mean, trainer. You know, I think I'm going to go for the all-black look. And I guess if I have to have a hat, I'll wear a beanie. Because, you know, everybody who's into Pokemon has seen shots of the character, at least the male character, where he's wearing sunglasses, he's not, he's wearing sunglasses, and he's not. And apparently in SimCity, which I haven't played for years, The Sims, when you look in a mirror, it's where you change your outfit and stuff, so I think that it's going to be great. I mean, I'm going to wear, like, black jeans and fucking leather coats. I think if they have, like, an all-black beanie with, like, gray on the bottom and then, like, black on the top for a Pokeball, I'm wearing that. I'm also calling, like, some black and gray shoes, or black, gray, and white shoes. If they got high tops, man, I'm fucking doing that. And I also thought, like, for a lot of things, like, you know, when you get into the mountains and shit, your character has got to be freezing. You can, I think at times you can see his or her, like, breath. So, I mean, you know, if I'm going to go to, like, let's say there's an area called Snowfrost Fields, I'd fucking go, you know, and dress up. Maybe, like, put a parka on or something. I have no idea. But, I mean, I've honestly spent, like, hours and hours in Skate 2 and 3 and, you know, all the Tony Hawk games tweaking my character. And that's just visually, too. So, I don't know. But if you like what you heard here and want more, please like, favorite, or subscribe, or at least just give me a thumbs up. Apparently I have like 53 subscribers. Thank you guys and gals. Tell your friends. And tell yourself.